Welcome to another stage analysis video. It is Sunday the 24th of March 2024. As always, lots to get through with the weekend members video, but going to start off with the US watch list stocks this week. There's not a huge amount of stocks from this week's scans. Went through 600 to 800 stocks yesterday. To cut them down to, I think we only got about 14 in total at the end from the final list. As we're cutting it down, there was a lot of stocks in fairly extended positions in the short term, so a bit of a minimised list at the moment. Start off with ARM. This one's got a lot of eyes on it at the moment, I've noticed. So due to largely the pattern and the tightening up in the last few days or so at the end of the week, just sitting underneath the plus 180 ATR level here. So these are the bands on this chart here. You can see the sort of purpley colour area. So the plus 180 ATR level is the upper level here. So anything above that is considered a short-term uptrend. Anything below we consider a short-term downtrend. So generally with this, you can see since it made the IPO base breakout back here in later part of November, started to run up, pull back in, had a consolidation into the neutral range, then followed through again, and has now been consolidating once more. You can see these last few days it's got particularly tight. Volume's tightened up a bit. If we drop down to an intraday chart here, the 2-hour chart, you can see started to pull over and move into stage 3 type territory, pull down minorly into a minor stage 4 before starting to base again. So it's actually setting up back again in a base structure again here. So if it can push back through this area here, then a stage 2 attempt on this time frame once more would be looking for some stronger relative volume if it does. But with a lot of eyes on this, there's the opportunity that this could turn into a quick shakeout move. So if it did attempt to break out and then quickly came back in again, then that would be an immediate sell, as that can quickly turn into an up thrust there and could quickly go the other way. We've already seen similar behavior happen. If we go back to the daily chart here, it looked like it was getting tighter over in this area, and you see on this day here it shook back down again, back into the normal range. So if it does break above this, we got 136.78 area here in the near term, then would be keeping a close stop on that. NVDA, also from the same group, pushing out again, still above its 180R level as well. As you can see here, it's been consolidating over the last few weeks or so since the recent top. So we had a buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. So currently in phase B of potential base structure here at the moment, but starting to push higher within the structure itself. So looking for a test of the highs here in the near term and see how it develops from there. But if it starts to break back through this level here, especially Friday's low, Friday and Thursday's low there, then that would be a sign of weakness in the near term. Would be expecting a pushback down towards the bottom of the structure. Look at the weekly chart. Continues to be one of the leaders in the market, if not the leader of the last year, with the size of it. Stage 2 breakout back in late January 2023, so through these weeks here, and then continue to push on, tightened up nicely through the structure through here, had a little brief flirt with stage 3 before making a further continuation breakout, and has since surged higher with numerous weeks now on higher highs. Hasn't had a negative week in the last few months now, so definitely in a position where it could need to correct, but still showing a lot of relative strength in the near term. So we'll see how this one develops around this level here. Uber, also similar kind of picture, not quite as strong, but has had a really good stage 2 advance. If we drop back down to the weekly, you can see the stage 2 breakout back through this area here again, similar time to when NVIDIA broke out the last week of January there. So some might push the base structure, the broader structure, didn't break out of convincingly until this area here in late April, early May there. Did have a potential failed attempt to break higher at this point here, but didn't come back underneath the 30-week moving average. So if we do look at it from here, if this was the stage 2 breakout, your investor stop loss would have been down in this kind of area. So held the stage 2 into the backup range and then followed through, and has since had a really strong stage 2 advance with only a single pullback back into the 30-week moving average there, with the majority of the stage 2 advance holding above its 10-week moving average. So recent pullback to the 10-week moving average here in this near-term base structure. So we look at the daily, you can see the structure as it's tightened up since that. Looks like it was an earnings gap move back up there in February. So local spring through here and now tightening up over the last few days on some lighter volume. Again, we drop down to a lower time frame on this one, give it a little bit more context in the near term. You can draw your base structure across here. You look for your Wyckoff characteristics, your buying climax, your MAC rally, secondary test, got an up thrust, we've got a shakeout and a test through here. So, and now pushing back up. So potentially phase D of this potential structure. Looks like a reaccumulation structure at the moment with the higher highs within the structure, but if it does roll back underneath here again, then that would potentially be a sign of weakness, especially if it gets back below this moving average as well. So looking for a continuation move at the moment low. IOT, so this one's come up a fair few times over the last few months or so as it's been consolidating since that earnings reaction bar held really well in that earnings bar range and then made a further continuation, but has pulled back since the recent earnings move. So we go to the weekly chart again, above that IPO advanced phase high there, so into the institutional advanced phase at the moment in stage 2, but been in stage 2 for a while. Stage 2 breakout was back down at this point here again, late January 2023. It was a strong point for many stocks at that point. So multiple bases on this one as it's moved through. So stage 3 structure through here as well, and has now made a continuation. So at the moment in up thrust territory, if it does start to falter back down through this area, then it would be of a concern. Could potentially turn to stage 4 quickly at that point, but at the moment looking for a further continuation, but always on the lookout for potential signs of an up thrust when it gets this late into stage 2.